NHS forward. And there's so many other policy areas that we're going to be developing. Others, Christine particularly, and I thank her for it, has spoken a lot about education. Education for all. Education at all stages of life. All preschool children getting a chance to be socialising together, not on the basis of parental income or poverty, but on the basis of the fact they're under preschool age and they need to be socialising together and growing up together with each other. And that National Education Service will be designed to ensure that we don't commodify education preschool or post-18. We recognise education is a right, not a privilege, and also that if somebody becomes a good nurse, a good doctor, a good engineer, a good teacher, we all benefit from it. What a waste poverty is! What a waste of opportunity! And an environment policy which is about sustainability, not just in Britain, but in the world as a whole. And I tell you, some of the most interesting discussions I've had about environmental sustainability, you'll be surprised when I say this, actually came from a very lengthy meeting I had with a group of steel workers in Port Talbot about how they access the energy they need to make the steel, what happens on recycling, what energy could be saved, how it could be done differently, and how it could be done in a more intelligent and more rational way. Who says people at work, often in a very difficult working environment, don't themselves have really good ideas about how we can do things differently? So, an environmental policy that does respect our natural world and our environment and recognises that you cannot deal with air pollution as one nation any more than you deal with water pollution. Because if we throw rubbish off the sea in Brighton, it will end up in France. If Denmark or the Netherlands pumps foul air from its own industries, from its factories, it will end up with us when an east wind blows. I'll tell you this, there is no hiding place from pollution. There is no hiding place from destroying your environment. And so, whilst we might have good environmental sustainability regulations, we also have to try and include those in trade treaties that we make with other countries, so we don't end up exporting pollution, and we challenge the whole principles behind the Transatlantic Trade and Investment Partnership, which is about so it's a world that we're looking at that's very different, but crucially, it's how we deal with the big central question of the economy. It wasn't nurses, doctors, teachers, care workers, Royal Mail delivery workers, homeless people, or any other group within our society that caused the banking crisis of 2008-9. It was caused by a lack of regulation of the banks, it was caused by the greed of the banking community, and it was caused by a system that allowed it to happen. But